Let's go ahead and add a perimeter to this tornado track. It's the one that we added the center line here and made some adjustments. So I'm going to use the edit identify box and add polygon. Once I do that, I come out here and I see click to start drawing. So let's make it simple, but I'm going to add enough vertices so we can play with them later on at any one spot. So let's go ahead, and you can see it's already filling in the color. And we'll just add one there and then come around the other side of the tornado. This is going to be the outer perimeter of the tornado, so I want to make sure that you understand that the outer perimeter doesn't necessarily mean the EF0. However, we are going to add EF0, and we'll make an adjustment about that later on here. So I double click at the end and I get the dialog box, and I'll put in 2021-0901, and we'll do Moloch Hill. I'm just going to put QC down here just so it appears with the rest of the points, but normally you would not do that initially until you're satisfied with the polygon. Start date. This is important because if you want to see it, if you have a date range that's constrained a little bit more than what I have here, then you want to make sure that you pick the right date. So 0901, 2021, and I'll just pick the right time, same as what we did before. And make sure I get that right there. And yes, again, I'm going to pick EF0 and we'll leave it at that, and then we'll go ahead and adjust things as we move in. So let's go ahead and submit. And that's it right there. Hopefully that should work out. There it is. Perfect. So I'm going to also add, with this tornado being an EF3, and there are numerous EF1 points along the way, I'm going to add one more polygon to represent the EF contour. I won't start at the beginning here. I'm going to start somewhere further northeast, so I'll start here. And I don't have to be fancy or anything because we'll make those adjustments later. And okay, so there's the EF1. Again, I'll put in the event ID, and again, I'll just QC it for now, just for the purposes of this demo. And the start date, oops, 01, 2021, and again, 2035. And now I up this to EF1. I won't put in a max wind speed in this case here, just leave it at that. So there we go. I have the EF0 and EF1 contours. So the one thing I did want to point out is that in order to adjust the outer edge of the polygon, I do notice that I have a thunderstorm wind ob here. Okay, so the surveyors must have thought this wind ob was not associated with a downburst or a tornado. Rather, it's associated with a downburst. And because of that, I think we might have to adjust this. So I have this thunderstorm wind. Notice the wind is 95 miles an hour. That's actually EF1 strength right there. So it's pretty strong. And so this EF0 contour really should be out here if we are to say that this is a thunderstorm wind and a lateral downburst here. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that wind. Let me go zoom back out again. And now we zoom back in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Let's hit the move button. There's the vertex. I'm going to move this back in like this. All right. And later on, we may take the EF1 contour in the tornado track and actually move it up next to the EF0 so that it's understood, hey, we got strong winds. They continue across from the tornado swath to the downburst swath. But for now, we'll just go ahead and leave it as such, and we'll go ahead and double click on this edit. Then we'll add a thunderstorm wind polygon here. All right, so there it is. I've updated the track, and so I can add a polygon, for example. Maybe this is going to be a thunderstorm wind polygon, and I'll just make it simple right now. Just a trapezoid, something that represents the shape of the downburst. Oh, that occurred on the same date, so we add the event ID Moloch Hill. QC it. Oh, and make sure we hit thunderstorm wind. And let's put in the date of the event. Now, we're going to say max wind of 95 miles per hour. We don't have a rating for this, so now it's more important to have this maximum wind. And we will go ahead and submit that. All right, so if you wish, later on we can update this EF1 polygon and adjust that so that it matches. Let's do that instead right now, as a matter of fact. So we have these polygons. And I'm going to take this and move it here. So this is a lot cleaner, and I'll double click confirm PII, and there we go. Sometimes the DAT hides the EF1 contour behind the EF0, but it is there, as we can see if we click on select. All right. Well, it was supposed to be there, but if not, we can go ahead and make sure to update that. And there we go. So now you see that we have a lateral downburst, and we have this EF1 contour kind of joining with the downburst because the observers noted, the surveyors saw EF1 level, or 90 mile an hour winds across the whole area, but this area was more of a downburst rather than a tornado. And that's it.